Have you ever heard the song, "Too Much Love Will Kill You"? It's a metaphorical expression suggesting that loving someone deeply can lead to heartache. And I'm telling you, it's better to feel that way rather than experiencing the literal meaning of it. In 2022, Shraddha Walkar was reported missing by her father in India. According to the report, she had not been in contact with her friends for 2 months. When the police investigated, they arrested Shraddha's live-in partner because he allegedly killed and cut her body into pieces before disposing of it. But why did the person she trusted in her life commit such a disturbing act, something she never imagined could happen? Shraddha was born in 1995 in Vasai, a district located in Maharashtra, India. She lived in her parents' home with her sibling, Shriji. She pursued a bachelor's degree in mass media at New English School Viva College in Virar. Their family life wasn't peaceful as Shraddha grew up witnessing frequent arguments between her parents. In 2016, her father finally divorced her mother. With her parents separated, her father temporarily stayed at his parents' house while Shraddha and her sibling remained with their mother. In 2018, Shraddha took a job in her small hometown to support her mother. However, the salary there was not enough. So, at 23 years old, she made the decision to move to Mumbai in search of better job opportunities, not only for herself, but also for her family. With the help of a friend, she quickly found an apartment in Mumbai and secured a job at a call center. Being new to the city, Shraddha was eager to make new friends. It was during this time, while working at the call center, that she met Aftab Amin Poonawalla on the dating app Bumble Up. Aftab is also from the same place where Shraddha was born. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in management studies from LS Raheja College. He enjoys cooking and has an Instagram account with the username Hungry Chokro, dedicated solely to food. Shraddha and Aftab were inseparable. When they weren't working, they were always on the phone or out together. Aftab's passion for traveling and hiking further strengthened their connection. Soon enough, their friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship. They made their relationship official not just on social media, but also by Shraddha moving in with Aftab, although instead of moving into his apartment, they decided to find a new one together in Kini Complex, located in Naigaon East. In 2019, Shraddha returned to her hometown in Palghar to visit her mother. There, she mentioned that she was in love with her boyfriend, Aftab, and they were living together in an apartment in Mumbai. She also expressed her desire to marry him. However, her mother did not approve of their relationship. In an interview with Shraddha's father, he mentioned their disagreement with their daughter's relationship with Aftab because their family is Hindu, while Aftab is Muslim. For them, they do not believe in what is known as interreligion marriage. Upon hearing her mother's reaction, Shraddha became upset and asserted that she was of the right age and maturity to make her own decisions. After their discussion, she returned to Mumbai and thereafter stopped talking to her entire family. Despite Shraddha's ability to refrain from speaking with her parents, her mother couldn't bear the silence. She contacted Shraddha to convince her not to marry Aftab. However, while Shraddha was once certain about marrying Aftab, she now expressed hesitation to her mother, indicating a change of heart. In January 2020, tragedy struck as Shraddha's mother passed away after battling an illness. Shraddha returned home for the wake and had a conversation with her father. During this talk, she confessed that her relationship with Aftab wasn't going smoothly. They often argued, and she was sometimes hurt by him. However, she explained that despite the conflicts, Aftab always apologized, leading to reconciliations between them. Upon hearing this, her father advised her to end things with Aftab. Despite his warnings and pleas, Shraddha chose to return to her apartment in Mumbai. Her love for Aftab was strong, and again she is determined to marry him and build a family together. As she left, Shraddha's relationship with her father worsened because she stopped talking to him. The only way her family could check on her was through social media. Shraddha often used WhatsApp and Instagram, sharing posts about food and drinks. Without talking to her siblings and father, Shraddha became emotionally dependent on Aftab. Their seemingly perfect relationship on social media was once again contradicted by one of Shraddha's friends. According to her, Shraddha confessed that the same hands that cooked meals for her were the ones that hurt her. They often argued about money because Aftab couldn't keep a job for long. This left Shraddha to support them both and pay their bills. Aftab spent a lot of time at home, mostly on the internet. Aside from money, they also fought about Aftab talking to other women on dating apps. Their arguments turned violent, with Aftab hurting Shraddha. Despite his actions, Shraddha always forgave him and still wanted to marry him because she longed for a family. According to Aftab's friends, he said that Shraddha was pressuring him to get married, which added to the numerous issues they were already facing in their relationship. In the middle of 2020, Aftab's Muslim parents found out about their relationship. Similar to Shraddha's parents, they also convinced him not to marry Shraddha because of their differing beliefs. However, Aftab did not heed their advice and continued their relationship. In October 2020, the couple moved to a new apartment in Regal Cooperative Housing Society in Vasai. They presented themselves as married on their rental application. Initially, it seemed that Aftab's abusive behavior towards Shraddha had stopped, according to her friend who no longer heard any complaints from her. However, Aftab's violent actions started again. In November 2020, one of Shraddha's friends received a distressing call reporting that she had been assaulted by Aftab once again. They hurried to their apartment with another friend and threatened legal action if the abuse continued. Following a discussion, they took Shraddha with them. Surprisingly, just 2 days later, she returned to their apartment with Aftab. Despite their confusion about Shraddha's decision, it was evident that she deeply loved Aftab. Upon returning to the apartment, Shraddha hoped that Aftab would change his ways, but his behavior only worsened. In the same month, on November 21, 2020, she was once again beaten by him. This prompted her friend and a neighbor to rush to their apartment, where they accompanied her to file a complaint at the Tolling police station. There, she provided a letter detailing the incidents. Shraddha stated that she had been enduring Aftab's abuse for 6 months. According to the complaint, due to the severity of their arguments, he attempted to kill her by strangling her. The complaint also mentioned that Aftab had threatened and blackmailed her that he would cut her body into pieces. Shraddha explained that she endured these events because she lacked the courage to approach the authorities. She also revealed that Aftab's parents would visit their apartment every weekend, and despite knowing what their son was doing to her, they turned a blind eye. After submitting her complaint, the police told her she needed to go to a hospital so they could include a medical report in the complaint. However, Shraddha changed her mind again. Because of this, the police decided not to pursue the complaint further as Shraddha neglected and did not cooperate with the medical examination. The FR, or First Information Report, is used by the police in India for handling initial cases. It's unclear why Shraddha didn't proceed with the medical examination. However, according to some reports, Aftab supposedly went to the police station and convinced Shraddha to withdraw the complaint. Others say that Aftab's parents promised to remove him from the apartment. When Shraddha returned home to their apartment, Aftab was still there, and they reconciled once more. However, their peace didn't last as their arguments resumed, leading into 2021. They continued to fight over money and marriage, often resulting in Aftab hurting her. To try and improve their relationship, they decided it would be best to move further away from their families, so they relocated to Delhi. According to Shraddha's friend, Aftab had set aside some money they could use for 2 months after moving to Delhi. The couple hoped this money would be enough while they searched for jobs in the city. Before their official move, they went on a hiking trip to Himachal Pradesh. On May 6, 2022, the couple left for their hiking trip. Afterward, they checked into a hotel in Delhi for 2 days, and on May 11th or May 12th, they stayed at the house of a friend who lives in Chhatarpur. This friend was instrumental in helping them secure an apartment. Moving into their new place, especially for Shraddha, held hopes for a fresh beginning. However, their arguments continued. In September 2022, Shraddha's father and sibling, whom she had not been speaking to, grew concerned when she stopped posting on her social media accounts for several months. They repeatedly called and texted her, but received no response, and eventually, her phone stopped ringing altogether, suggesting it was turned off. When they contacted her friends, they learned that she had moved to Delhi. Her father was really worried about her knowing her boyfriend is very abusive, so he immediately went to the Mumbai police station and filed a missing persons report. The Mumbai police contacted the authorities in Delhi, who quickly located Shraddha's live-in partner, Aftab. He informed them that Shraddha had left him and gone with another man on May 18th, and he didn't know her whereabouts. Following this interview, the authorities did not conduct further follow-ups, considering Aftab to be just a depressed boyfriend left by his girlfriend. When the Mumbai police investigation yielded no results, he transferred the missing persons report to the Delhi police, where Shraddha was living. Shraddha's father traveled to Delhi in November 2022 to provide authorities with information. He shared all the details he knew about his daughter's relationship with Aftab. For the second time, Aftab faced the authorities and reiterated that Shraddha had left him for another man, and he didn't know her whereabouts. He claimed to have attempted to contact her but received no response. However, upon examining his cell phone records, authorities found no evidence of any calls made to her. Additionally, Shraddha's landlord contradicted Aftab's statements. Due to growing suspicions, the police brought Aftab back to the station for further questioning. After a few hours of intense interrogation, he confessed to the crime he had committed. According to Aftab, on the night of May 18th, only 3 days after they moved into their new apartment, Shraddha insisted on getting married against his will. Their discussion turned into an argument, escalating to physical confrontation. Aftab confessed that in an attempt to quiet her down, he ended up strangling Shraddha. However, when he let go, he realized she wasn't breathing anymore. When he saw that she was lifeless, he slept in the same room where her cold body was placed. The next morning, he thought of a way to dispose of the body. Being an avid viewer of the TV crime show Dexter, he got the idea to copy the antagonist's methods of disposing of bodies. After finalizing his plans, he bought a refrigerator the next day. Then, on the following day, he went out to purchase a handsaw, plastic bags, bleach, a backpack, and cleaning supplies from different stores. Throughout these errands, Shraddha's body remained inside the apartment. When he had gathered all the necessary tools, he dragged her body into the bathroom and began cutting it into smaller pieces. Once he finished his gruesome crime, he placed the dismembered body parts into plastic bags and stored them in the freezer. Other parts of the body were placed in a different compartment of the refrigerator, next to his regular food items. To mask any odors, he lit multiple incense sticks and used disinfectants and bleach in the bathroom to remove any traces of blood. Investigators later discovered that his internet search history included queries on how to dispose of a body, remove bloodstains, and break down a corpse. Aftab confessed that he spent 10 hours dismembering the body, and to cope with the stress, he drank beer, smoked cigarettes, and took a shower. Exhausted, he ordered food delivery rather than cooking, and even ordered enough for 2 people to avoid raising suspicion. After finishing his meal, he placed the remaining food in the refrigerator alongside Shraddha's body parts. On May 21st, around 1 or 2 in the morning, Aftab woke up and was seen on CCTV carrying a bag. He walked for about 20 or 30 minutes to a nearby forest. There, he removed the body parts from the plastic bag before disposing of them. According to his statement, he did this to expedite decomposition. After disposing of the body parts, he also disposed of the plastic bags in another location. Upon returning to the apartment, he used his notebook to keep track of how many pieces he had disposed of and how many remained. Over the next 10 to 15 days, he repeated this process until June 5th, when he disposed of the last part of the body. Before disposing of it, he poured kerosene on the head and set it on fire so that, even if found, it would be difficult for people to identify it. After disposing of all the body parts, he disposed of the items he had used in the forest. Authorities were shocked that Aftab was able to do this despite living in a densely populated area. Aftab added that after his actions, he used Shraddha's cell phone to impersonate her. He replied to her friends on WhatsApp and also posted on her social media accounts to make it appear as if she were still alive for her family to see, particularly her sibling and father. When investigators checked Aftab's cell phone, they found that during the days he was busy dismembering the body, he became even more active in chatting with various women on the Bumble app. There, he met a woman whom he invited to his apartment. She stayed there for a night, unaware that other parts of Shraddha's body, including her head, were still inside the refrigerator. Aftab also confessed to disposing of Shraddha's cell phone in Vasai Creek out of fear of the Mumbai police arriving in May. Authorities also discovered that Aftab used Shraddha's own cell phone to transfer 54,000 Indonesian rupiah to his bank account. After his confession, investigators described Aftab as calm and devoid of any remorse. It took 6 months before people who knew Shraddha realized she was no longer alive. Authorities made every effort to recover all parts of her body, but as of this recording, only 13 bones have been found in the forest. On December 15, 2022, the forensic report confirmed that the bones matched Shraddha's DNA. However, her head was still missing, and the weapon used by Aftab to commit the crime was not recovered. Although authorities found knives in the apartment, they couldn't confirm if they were used in the killing. Despite Aftab's meticulous cleaning, traces of blood were found inside the apartment. When the forensic results came back, the blood matched Shraddha's DNA. This forensic report was crucial to the case as it provided strong evidence linking Aftab to Shraddha's death. Because at that time they only relied on his confession and circumstantial evidence, which is not admissible in Indian courts. Aftab is currently incarcerated and awaiting trial while his parents seem to be hiding due to the shame caused by their son. On the other hand, Shraddha's father has come out to the public and is pleading for the perpetrator who caused his daughter's death to be sentenced to death.